Welcome back, guys. We've got another video to ring your nostalgia bell. This time in probably pure anger.
Yeah.
So I saw these in stores, and honestly, with the exception of one that I'll talk about, I was kind of excited that they look a little different than classic TMNT, but you know what? It's okay to reimagine things, sort of. Went ahead and bought all the figures they had, which is almost full set. I think I'm missing 3 out of a set. The figures themselves look pretty cool, and instantly wanted to go watch the show. And I can say I've never been more angry at a cartoon in my life.
I have yet to try this one out just because I don't really like killing my nostalgia.
It was, you know, I can normally watch anything and at least appreciate it for some reason, and I like some real garbage, as you guys have probably learned from this. But wow, what a butchered version of that. But on a positive note, I'm really kind of hoping the toys are at least cool. So let's start busting them open.
Let's start with the 2
strangest ones.
Yeah. Let's keep the core. Let's stick these kind of here for a second. Everybody knows the core.
We know what we're getting into here.
So these 2, I have Meat Sweats here. Meat Sweats, the Tenderizer. Once a human celebrity chef, Meat Sweats is now an incredibly strong mutant pig with a mincing meat tenderizer hammer and arms made out of strange tendrils that launch onto other mutants to absorb their powers. He is a species of pig mutant, and his weapon is the meat tenderizer.
So basically a really bad rehash of Bebop.
Yeah.
It is, and Meat Sweats is a name.
Meat Sweats is his name.
That's
so
one of the most unfortunate
I'll start
names.
opening up this one. We can take a closer look while Travis explains his
this
monstrosity.
Is probably the thing I was most upset about. You know what? We hashed out some designs we'll talk about here, and this is bad. This is supposed to be Master Splinter, the sage-like monk that raises the turtles. And in this particular version, whoever made this just absolutely hated Splinter as a thing, because they have made him an obese, old, boring character. And the toy really shows that. Now, one of the cool things, they actually have brought back pizza points, because why not? I tried to register, and I couldn't actually figure out how to register or what they're giving me. They don't advertise it other than this sticker that says, hey, you got some pizza points.
Alright, so let's get this tenderizer into the hand. Assuming that this has something to do with the cartoon, he has a changeable hand here, which is a really weird tool.
Yeah.
So you can remove this and then actually put on the classic 3-fingered hand here. Wow. Okay, one thing right off the bat.
There's
articulation. Articulation is pretty awesome. This guy has a ton of it. This guy's got some pretty good detail in the arms, in the face, back detail. Legs move really well. So this is Meat Sweats, the toy here. Got his oh man, got some weird damage on the hammer there. Kind of weird to get.
Yeah, just a mold failure.
But I mean, this is him. His apron is squishy, movable. Got a good muffin top going on. So this is Meat Sweats.
this is Splinter with a strange little staff. Little daisies on his bathrobe. He has lost the regal robe of the past and donned a 70s bathrobe in his old age here with the little...
Yeah, he does have his little samurai top knot thing going.
And the hair's actually kind of cool. It's an extra piece that's a little... it's just solid plastic, but it looks nice. A little bit of head movement. Arms are honestly not bad as far as the body style we got to work with here. This hand can't hold anything, even though he does come with some little shurikens, which is a little strange. The tail's kind of neat. Doesn't seem to move. Legs, single point of articulation. Honestly, as a toy, this isn't that bad. If this wasn't supposed to be Splinter, I probably wouldn't be nearly as upset about it. If this came in a Great Mouse Detective toy or something, I would be just as happy. But yeah, that's Mr. or Master Splinter.
There we go.
And our pizza points, actually, instead of a UPC that you cut out, are now just a internet code, which is probably just smart business, honestly. We get a neat little advertisement for some of the other stuff, which we may or may not be bringing to you. Some of that looks kind of cool. So let's see what our
Let's get into the core.
heroes in a half shell look like.
Alright, so I'm handing over Raph and Mikey, and I'm going to take Donatello and Leo.
One of the things that should be noted here is originally they were all red ear sliders, which made sense, the most common turtle in the pet market. Now they are all different ages, with Raph being the oldest, I believe, at 15, and he is a snapping turtle now. Now, as some of you guys know, I actually own a snapping turtle. Or care for a snapping turtle, and this doesn't look like one, but that's okay. And Mikey is a box turtle. I don't really know why they bothered to do that. Also, notice they don't use their standard weapons anymore, so we're going to talk about that here in a minute.
Alright, so Leo is the classic red-eared slider. Then we have Donatello, which is a soft shell turtle.
Now I care for 3 of those, and as you can tell, they don't look anything like that.
So I think you're up to... Are you up to 2 or 3 red ears?
I think there's 4.
4 red ears?
4 red ears, 3 soft shells.
3 soft shells, 1 snapper, and
No box
no
turtles.
boxes.
Yeah.
Plenty in the yard, though.
Yeah. The
That's
tortoises, do they count?
Yeah, there you go. So you're going with Mikey. I'm going to go with
Raph
Donatello.
first, because Raph personally would probably be my favorite of the 4.
Really?
Would you guess Leo?
Well, Leo is my favorite of the 4.
As with most people.
So I'm going to go...
And I think my real favoritism for Raph comes from the 1990-91 movie, the good movie, the live-action movie. I think that really portrayed how I wanted Raph to be, and I think that's why he became my favorite. Now, one of the things that I was kind of disappointed by is there's not been a Casey Jones in a figure line, and I don't remember seeing him in the... There's only like 2 episodes of the cartoon out right now, so we don't know what's going to happen there, but I did not remember seeing him in the cartoon as of yet.
Weird.
I thought that was a little strange. Casey Jones being one of my other favorite figures. Also, mainly thanks to that wonderful movie. So Raph is apparently the muscles now, because that makes sense, right?
Let's read this back part. I'll read Donatello here. He's considered the tech whiz. Donnie is the coolest tech whiz ever. Being a soft-shelled turtle may be a drawback in the ninja world, but with his series of battle shells and transforming bow staff, Donnie can take on any foe. His weapon is the tech bow staff. So it's pretty neat that they would not only incorporate the soft-shell turtle, but then actually give some realistic
reasoning
soft
behind
shell.
it.
Yeah. So, kind of some education for a kid.
Man, are those shells weird.
Ooh.
Also don't like this headband thing at all. That,
His
and they do that in the cartoon
bandana?
too. But yeah.
Head bandana.
Yeah. That, one
Wow.
key note here, there are not sais in here. You have, I'm going to call them batons, but they're tofas. Which is generally a classic training weapon. Is actually very fitting than sais, but...
So I've got a pretty classic bow and staff here.
That looks like a Playmate's toy if I've ever seen one.
2 shurikens.
Yeah, we're getting a bunch of these, and I guess that's kind of reminiscent of the original line from, I guess, 87, where everybody got a whole bunch of the little throwing stars because they were cheap to make.
My first thoughts on these is kind of neat that they would not only do the different species of turtle, but actually incorporate that.
The species.
Yeah, so you got this big, sharp,
Pointy
snapping
turtle shell.
turtle shell, whereas Donnie has this little soft shell, and
Ooh.
pretty much looks like a
Ooh,
soft
yeah,
shell turtle.
Fair enough.
And then comes with these extras that can protect that soft shell.
Huh. The articulation on these is honestly pretty solid. You got some decent foot articulation, leg, a couple moving parts here. Seem to be sturdy as far as that goes. Seems to stand well. That's a good arm articulation. I can do pretty much anything I need to there. Head
Really great
doesn't
articulation.
seem to move at all. Oh, just really stiff. Does spin completely.
So there's Donnie.
Now this is super weird. So Raph comes with these weird Hulk gloves. They go like this. You didn't get some weird rubber things, Phil? Squishy those are.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not even this staff here is not squishy at all. It's pretty hard. This one, even with it looking all bent, is pretty hard.
Now, some interesting note here. They kind of did the classic belt. It's not removable, but does actually hold the weapons, just like the originals. There is this weird shell logo, which to me reminds me of the Star Trek Playmates TMNT toys. And he comes with these strange fist. That's just odd. Also, I don't recall seeing that in the couple episodes of the cartoon either.
Man,
Overall,
as far as an action figure goes, again,
pretty solid.
I really like the color on
Both of them. I will
stuff,
agree.
like-
They both had really good color.
So, opening these so far is kind of winning me over to want to watch it, where I was completely not wanting to watch it at first.
As far as toys go, before we get into the next one, I am at least somewhat impressed.
I'm getting there.
These are definitely quality toys at the end of the day.
So here we are, the red-eared slider with the Adachi sword. Is that what we're going to call it? The Adachi? Odachi?
That's weird.
I'll have to watch it. But Leonardo...
Why would you not just give him a katana or a shinai? Anyway, we'll give that a chance.
He is the trickster. Leo is intelligent and quick-witted. He uses his sharp skills to beat opponents, find shortcuts around obstacles, and always knows the perfect time to land one of his many one-liners. So, they're keeping the one-liner Leonardo, I guess?
He's not well known for his one-liners, though. They were
You mean-
notoriously bad.
You mean you don't know Leo from his one-liners?
Well, he actually had a bunch. And I know you're familiar with the original series, but I don't know how long it's been since you watched it. He in a lot of revisions of it, not even revisions, a lot of watching it as an adult, and I think this seems to be a general consensus as well. Leo's really not a very good leader, and most of his one-liners are just often kind of angry. So I got Michelangelo, the box turtle, the wild card. He's no longer the party dude, because that's not cool. So we got the wild card. As the youngest turtle, Mikey has a wild and colorful personality. He is an artist and spends his time tagging the turtle's lair and his shell with graffiti.
An artist.
He is the optimist and absolute natural at ninjutsu. Okay. You know what? Maybe it was a simpler time, but the party dude was all you had to say on the back of something 20 years ago, and it was much cooler.
Two shirkins. We got a skateboard with actual rolling wheels.
But Mikey doesn't. One that rode the skateboard. Oh, okay.
So here's one of the Kodachi swords, and then his sword. As far as the red-eared slider, oh, those are your graffitis.
Your graffitis. Yep, that's the thing.
Um,
Honestly, pretty clever, to be fair, as far as trying to defend this thing. It's a clever idea that I'm sure I would have enjoyed as a kid.
but I'm
Ooh,
guessing
I spoke too soon.
this guy doesn't wear a bandana. He has the classic headband.
So does Mikey here.
Mikey does too. Oh, stand corrected,
Yeah.
you do. As far as his shell goes, being around red-eared sliders, and I'm guessing that the red stripes on his face are for the red-eared slider, it doesn't scream to me any red-eared slider.
No,
The rest of them do.
that's okay.
Again, super articulate. Everything's awesome. His sword does attach to his back.
As it should.
Pretty cool. But there you go.
He seems small. I mean, I understand that he is. I forgot. I actually looked it up, but they actually do have varying ages, and I think Leo and Don are supposed to be the same age at like 13 or something like that, maybe 14. I don't know why we needed to make them different ages.
But also, is that relative to human ages? Because a 13-year-old turtle, I would assume, is just like a really young. I mean,
I think the reasoning behind it, and it's not really explained in the show, is to make Raphael bigger.
okay.
Is to say he's the oldest. I think that's what they were going for here. Man, there are a lot of little things that are holding Mikey in.
I really like the skateboard on here.
Now, these are actually made by Playmates, so congrats for updating your guys' toys. Not your logo, but that's okay too.
That is pretty
Seems
cool.
functional.
I hope yours is the same one. Now Playmate, I see that the symbol is like classic. Do you
Playmate.
think that they went a different route and then we were all
I
like,
just
oh,
don't
let's go
think
back
they
to our
ever
classic.
updated it. I just don't think they ever bothered to update it. Why would you? I mean, yeah. How much packaging did you look at as a kid? Because I know you didn't save any of it.
There you go. I didn't look at any of it, so.
The fact that you even knew that was the old logo was, I mean, Jesse's really one to open his toys.
I didn't save shit.
This is, sometimes this is actually a little painful.
I opened everything.
Yeah, and it was probably way more fun.
Anything I got, even today. If I get a collectible, that sucker's open. It'd be. Okay.
So, Mikey has, instead of nunchucks, he's issued these Kazari Fundu? I guess, Fundu? That's weird. Stick them on there, see what you think. I'm gonna fight with this little thing.
That is my favorite part about all of these so far.
The skateboards.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that they actually have that, because to me that's a very important part of certain aspects of the turtle
A little
world.
wobble, but I mean,
It's not as good as the other one. Wow, these are classic late mid to late 90s stupid TMNT weapons. We have a boxing glove on half of an nunchuck and some weird spiral thing. That
a Beyblade.
Basically, yes. That's about as cheesy as you can get. And then he does have these. This is the other thing, the Kasari Fundu, which is basically just a terrible number. Overall, the toys are actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
They look a little funny, and I'm still pretty unhappy about the Splinter, but these dudes are totally awesome. Very playable, very fun.
neat details, articulated.
If we had done this video before I watched an episode of the cartoon, I would have told you how excited I would have been to go watch the cartoon. And I'm still going to say go give it a shot. Like I said, I had some nostalgia issues with it real fast, but you know what? We've heard this story 20 times now. This is just somebody else's strange variation of it. And at the end of the day, if nothing else comes from it other than a pretty cool toy line, I'm happy about that, because you know the show's not going to live on 20 years from now. We might be lucky for a season. These toys will still be cool 20 years from now. I think they'll go right in line with all the other Weird Playmate stuff that I own. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the toys.
Yeah, we're good with this. I like it. You like it.
These guys are awesome, right?
Yeah, I like cool Raph too.
But, there are some things I don't.
These hands are cute. But
the hands are pretty stupid, and I don't like the bandana. I can live with the spiky shell. That's okay. And I'm just gonna stick a set of size on him. I don't really care for whatever these police batons are. But, does he skateboard well? He's a little big for the skateboard. Ralph's quite a bit bigger.
This one is a little more sturdy.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Overall, if you're a fan, give the show a shot, and definitely go buy the toys. I'm reasonably happy with toys.
So that's it. That's the new.
It looks like we got a whole bunch of pizza points somehow. I wish I knew what these did. It doesn't tell you what they do. Special TMNT toys and other fun stuff. So apparently we can get a free toy out of this. Yeah, I'll look into that and we'll update you guys later on that.
Till next time, guys.
Cowabunga.